I'm gonna ask you this one time. Where is
BullFit?
Yeah, I'll do you one better. Who's
BullFit?
I'll do you one better. Why is
BullFit? What's up, motivators? It's Kevin. Welcome back to Pure BullFit. So we have grown a lot faster than expected thanks to the assistance of guys like Alan Roberts and James Linker. I really appreciate you gentlemen for calling out my channel and putting it in front of a wider audience. But since we have grown past my circle of friends and family who know me and know what I'm about, I thought I'd put this little introduction together. This is BullFit.
Your love is rated X. That means you're extraordinary.
I started this channel because every single client that I've worked with over the last 6.5 years had been at some point prior confused or misled by the massive amount of misinformation out there. We have snake oil salesmen and con artists inundating us with a deluge of pseudoscience, incredible claims, and bunk-ass bullshit. So think of us as a resource for cutting through the bovine fecal matter and providing you the most accurate and actionable information that we possibly can. Now, I know that a lot of people say that only to eventually fall into the same traps of the very people that they deride. That's why I'm telling you now, we are counting on you to keep us headed in the right direction. We want to be the decimators of bullshit, not its disseminators. So who the hell do I think I am, taking on the hordes of swole magnon men, flexperts, and supplement czars? Well, I'm just a big-ass nerd with an attitude problem. And I'm not going to claim to be an expert in everything or any one area, but unlike certain athletes/coaches, I do have verifiable credentials. I am a certified personal trainer with almost 7 years of experience working with clients. I'm pursuing my degree in kinesiology, and my specialty focuses are corrective exercise and tactical strength and conditioning. Yeah, that's actually a real thing. Check it out at NSCA if you're interested. Now, I have been fortunate to be exposed to a broad variety of training methodologies. As a Marine working the anti-narcotic, anti-human trafficking mission in coordination with intelligence agencies, we focused mainly on general fitness and endurance through calisthenics, as most Marines do. And as an individual augmentee in 2010 and 11 to Marine Corps Special Operations Command's 2nd Battalion, I became intimately familiar with the intense physical demands on our Special Forces community as a member of Special Operations Task Force 82. From that, I went to the opportunity of a lifetime to train with one of the best strength coaches out there, Scott Brengle at East Coast, West Coast Strength and Conditioning. In the Marines, my old company commander, Major Riley, was a disciple of Greg Glassman. So as you can imagine, all of our company PT was a couple of CrossFit wads back to back. He used to say, you should fear preparation more than you fear the enemy. It's probably why I hate CrossFit so much. Unfortunately, my career in the Marines came to an abrupt end when I suffered a neck injury that resulted in permanent nerve damage. After fighting the inevitable for 8 months during a downsizing period, I was eventually medically discharged in 2012. I had no idea what I was going to do. I was left with a laundry list of authentic battle damage from the Marines, and I was in pain every single day, with no clue what I was going to do next. I didn't know at the time, but I was about to have another opportunity of a lifetime. In October of 2012, I accepted a position at Blizzard Entertainment. Yeah, that Blizzard Entertainment. From leading Marines to guiding gamers. Needless to say, the adjustment period was awkward for all parties. At the time, I had difficulty moving around. I walked very slowly and I had the posture of an 80-year-old. But I eventually got talked into trying the much-hyped boot camp. Little did I know the company wellness program was run by Scott Brengle of ECWC, a professional strongman and coach responsible for champions like Leifa Ingalls, the Arnold Classic inaugural World's Strongest Woman in the world, and the current lightweight strongest woman in the world. Casey Garrison, Stones of Strength champion. Sean Demarius, 4-time America's Strongest Man, the lightweight division. And then we've got California's Strongest Man, 4 times Chris Burke, and many, many more. This guy's trained champions left and right. Now, I have no idea what Scott saw in me, but when I showed up to boot camp and I told him there was only certain things that I could do, I couldn't bend over, I couldn't squat, he grabbed me by the ear and drug me over to the power rack. He talked to me about my medical history. He assessed my form and we made a plan. And over the next 3 years, he and his coaches, some of those very same champions I was just talking about, didn't just give me control of my body back. They made me the strongest I have ever been in my entire life. I went from not being able to do an air squat to depth, to back squatting 455 pounds. I am forever grateful to East Coast, West Coast Strength and Conditioning. And Scott's example ignited a fire in me to become a trainer and a coach and do the same thing for others that he did for me. and I've been pursuing that with all of my available time since 2013. During an intensely difficult period in my personal life, I left Blizzard Entertainment in 2017. While I will always love my time there, I found the high demands of the hectic development cycle not something I could well balance and stay physically and emotionally healthy. So I left the company and I went to work for Gold's Gym, where I was afforded the opportunity to work with a broad spectrum of people from all walks of life, and I absolutely fell in love with it. But as much as I loved it, even that would prove to be temporary, as health issues with family members brought me back here to Maine. Through all of that, I have never stopped studying or self-evaluation. If you're not stopping to ask yourself what you're doing and why, then you're really missing out on huge opportunities for personal growth. That's what this is all about, after all, isn't it? I am very new to this YouTube gig. As of the filming of this video, we've been at this for like 6 weeks, and I came into this not knowing a damn thing about the platform or how to reach people with what I have to say. It is through the efforts of some very generous mentors that I am now talking to hundreds instead of dozens of people. So what are we trying to do here? Demystify fitness, obliterate the bullshit, and give you actionable information so that you can pursue longevity and a better quality of life. And I believe in that so much that I went against the kindly advice I received, and I've made all of my programs free. I want to build a community that thinks critically, generously supports each other, but first, we've got to clear a path through that knee-high fecal matter slowing us all down. That is where we're coming from, who we are, and why we're doing this. This is BullFit. Welcome.
Yeah, baby.